Have you ever wondered how your favorite tomato ketchup is made? Welcome to an exploration of a culinary staple that has found its way into homes and hearts worldwide. Tomato ketchup. It's more than just a condiment. It's a symphony of flavors that begins with a humble red fruit. This journey will introduce you to the intricate process that transforms tomatoes into that tangy sweet sauce we all love. So, are you ready to dive into this saucy adventure? Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets behind this beloved condiment. Before we delve into the process, let's take a quick look at the origins of tomato ketchup. The journey of ketchup begins far from the vine-laden fields of tomatoes. Its roots trace back to 17th century China, where it was a concoction of pickled fish and spices, known as Ketchup. As it sailed to Europe with English explorers, it evolved, incorporating mushrooms, walnuts, and even oysters. But it wasn't until the early 19th century in the United States that tomatoes made their grand entrance into the ketchup scene. Yes, the humble tomato, once feared as poisonous, became the star ingredient thanks to its tangy taste and vibrant color. Through the years, the recipe changed, gradually becoming sweeter and smoother until it transformed into the glossy, delectable condiment we all know and love today. Now, armed with this knowledge, we can better appreciate the modern process of making ketchup. Making ketchup begins with gathering the right ingredients. First off, we have tomatoes, the heart and soul of ketchup. They bring the vibrant red color and the tangy taste that we all love. Next, vinegar is key. It adds that tart kick, balancing the sweetness of the tomatoes. Then comes sugar. Sugar gives ketchup its characteristic sweetness, complementing the tartness of the tomatoes and vinegar. Don't forget the salt. Just a pinch enhances all the other flavors and brings out the best in our ketchup. Lastly, spices. They're the secret to a well-rounded ketchup. Cloves, cinnamon, onion powder, and garlic powder are common choices. They add depth and complexity, turning plain tomato sauce into the ketchup we know and adore. Each ingredient plays its part, creating a symphony of flavors in every dollop of ketchup. With these ingredients in hand, we're ready to start the process. First, the tomatoes are washed, cut, and cooked. It's a simple beginning to an intricate process. The tomatoes are treated with care, making sure each one is clean and ready for the journey ahead. They're then cut into quarters, revealing the juicy flesh and seeds inside. The cooking process begins with the tomatoes being gently simmered in a large pot. This is where the magic truly starts. The heat breaks down the tomatoes, transforming their fresh, bright flavor into something deeper and more complex. Meanwhile, vinegar is prepared. It's not just any vinegar, but distilled white vinegar known for its clean, sharp tang. This acidity is crucial to balance the sweetness of the tomatoes and to help preserve the final product. Next, sugar is added to the pot. This isn't to make the ketchup overly sweet, but rather to bring out the natural sweetness of the tomatoes. The sugar also helps to thicken the mixture, creating that familiar, rich consistency we all know and love. Salt is then added, an essential ingredient that enhances the flavors and acts as a preservative. But we're not done with the flavor building just yet. There's still the spices to consider. A carefully chosen blend of spices is added to the pot, including onion powder, garlic powder, and a hint of clove. These spices give ketchup its characteristic depth of flavor, that little something extra that sets it apart from tomato puree. Now everything is in the pot and it's time for patience. The mixture is left to simmer slowly, allowing all the flavors to meld together. This simmering process can take a few hours, but it's worth every minute. As the mixture simmers, it thickens, transforming from a thin soup into a rich, velvety sauce. Once the mixture has thickened, it's time for the next step, straining. But that's a story for the next scene. For now, let's just savor the sight of our beautifully simmered homemade ketchup. It's a labor of love, a testament to the power of patience and good ingredients. The thickened mixture is then strained to remove the seeds and skins. Why, you might ask? Well, straining is a crucial step in the ketchup making process, as it ensures a smooth, velvety finish that we all love. The seeds and skins, while essential for the flavor development during cooking, can create a gritty texture if left in the final product. So they've done their job, and now it's time for them to bid adieu. The straining process is rather simple, but requires a bit of patience. The mixture is poured into a strainer or a sieve, and with the back of a spoon, it's gently pushed and prodded until all that's left are the seeds and skins. But we're not done just yet. Next comes the bottling. The strained ketchup is carefully poured into sterilized bottles. It's essential that the bottles are clean and free from any contaminants to ensure the ketchup's longevity. Once the ketchup is in, the bottles are sealed tight. This helps preserve the freshness and flavor of the ketchup and prevents any bacteria from getting in. The bottled ketchup is then left to cool at room temperature. Once cooled, it's ready to be stored away for use. And there you have it, your favorite tomato ketchup, ready to be enjoyed. Each spoonful contains the essence of ripe tomatoes, a hint of sweetness, and a tang that tantalizes the taste buds. Truly, a labor of love, captured in a bottle. So, that's how your favorite tomato ketchup is made. Quite a journey, isn't it? From the humble tomato start as a seed in the soil, to the moment it's transformed into that tangy, sweet condiment we all know and love. It's a process that involves patience, precision, and a dash of culinary magic, but also one that's surprisingly accessible to anyone with a kitchen and a little time on their hands. We've seen how the ripe, juicy tomatoes are carefully selected and gathered. We've followed their journey through the cooking process, where they're blended with a mix of spices and vinegar to achieve that signature ketchup flavor. We've watched as the mixture is strained to achieve the perfect consistency, and finally, bottled for preservation and ease of use. Next time you squeeze that bottle of ketchup, remember the journey it took to get to your plate. Enjoy your meal.